Hi guys, this is Bullies and Makeup, and I just wanted to do a really quick tutorial on how I do my bows for my daughter. This is a Hello Kitty Christmas bow that I've just completed, and I'm going to show you guys how to make this bow. Okay, so this is how the bow looks. This is the finished bow. It's 4 layers and it has boa on the top, and this is how the back looks. Nice and clean, nothing poking out, no extra hot glue. Okay, and this is how I made the bow. Okay, so this is one of the ribbons I used. It's actually 1.5 inches wide. And this one is also 1.5 inches wide. This one is 7/8. This one is 5/8. And I'm going to use this for my clip. It doesn't really matter the color, but yellow kind of goes with Christmas, so I chose yellow. Okay, the measurements I used were this ribbon. I cut it to 25 inches, which is this one. The next one I cut to 20 inches. I'm just going to use this one for the white. These I cut to 13 inches and a half. And these are 6.5, which are the back bows. And in the middle I used a bottle cap. I didn't use the actual bottle cap. I used the image because right now I'm out of colors and I just had pink. So I just used the epoxy and the image, and this is how it came out. Okay, so what you're gonna need is a lighter, scissors, French clips, and a hot glue gun, and of course thread. Okay, so first we're going to start with the big piece. I'm just going to move these pieces out of the way. Now, what you want to do is fold this piece in half and mark it with the lighter and just press it down, and it's going to mark. As you can see, it marked. Okay, you can seal these ends if you want to, but they're really not going to show. But you can seal it just in case. If you want to go ahead and pre-seal your ribbon ends, you can go ahead. Okay, so now what you're going to do is fold this, like creating an 8, basically. Take it like this. And that's how it's going to come out, like an 8. And then the other side, you're going to do the same thing. And this is how it's going to come out. I'm going to get a pen to mark it, stick it in place. Okay, so this is how it comes out. Make sure your loops are even. I'm going to grab another pen just to make sure it stays in place. Okay, so now what you're going to do is take the top of this and you're going to bring it to the middle. Do the same thing with this one. Bring it to the middle. Okay, so this kind of forms your bow shape. Then you're going to take your needle. I like to thread the middle. You don't have to, you could just wrap it around, but I like to thread just in case. You don't want your bows to fall apart, so I thread. Now what you're going to do is wrap it around. As you can see, the bow is forming. Make sure it's even. You don't want an uneven bow. Okay, as you can see, the bow is forming, so I'm going to go take the pins out now because I really don't want the pins to get stuck inside of the bow. That's one. And this is two. Now you're just going to wrap, keep wrapping. Okay, so this is how it's coming out. I'm going to stick the thread through there just to secure it more. And I'm just going to tie the back, tie a knot. I'm going to pull that tight. And then I'm going to cut that off. Okay, and this is how it came out. You can straighten it out. This is actually perfect. Sometimes they'll come out messed up and you just do it over again. Okay, this is going to be one of the top bows. Okay, now the next one you're going to do the same thing. Seal your ends. Fold it. Apply heat, press it. That creates the middle mark. Let me just tie my needle. Okay, it's better to remember to tie your needle before you actually get to do it. Okay, so form the 8 just like we did with the first bow. Now I'm going to pin it. Okay, pin this so it won't get messed up. And again, the 8. Let me just get up for you guys. Maybe that's a better view. Okay, so you're going to create your bow shape. Make sure it's even. Gonna stick the needle through, pull it. You could take this out now. Make sure it's folded back, not front, because you don't want it to fold over. Okay, so you just pull that. Make sure everything is nice and straight and good. Twist it, twist it, twist it. Then we're just going to stick this through and pull it. Okay, so this is how it looks. Then I'm just going to tie this down. And then I'm going to cut that. Remember to tie after you cut. So these are the two top bows. As you can see, this is how it's going to look. Okay, so now I'm just going to go ahead and glue this using my hot glue gun. Make sure you glue it right, nice and even. I mean, you want your bows to look perfect. So, okay, this is the top bow. Now what we're going to do is the 13.5-inch one. And this is actually the loop. Now you're going to mark the middle, just like the rest of the bows. I'm just going to mark this middle now. You don't have to sew the ends. Okay, so now with this bow, you're just gonna loop it around, kind of like what we did in the first place. Okay, so it's gonna come like this, just like the other one. And then you're gonna take your glue gun and you're gonna put some glue there. And you're gonna glue it there. Okay, so it's gonna look like this. With the other end, you're going to do the same thing. Sometimes it's difficult to get. Okay, so this is how it comes out. And that's one. This is actually the easy way to do it because you can do it all in one, but this way is easier. Okay, so you glue this side, then next you glue this side. Then what we're going to do is glue these two together. So take your glue gun, run a line. And you're going to glue that together. Okay. You don't have to worry about the glue being perfect because this is actually going to be hidden. Okay, so this is how it comes out. This actually goes here. Okay, so this is how the bow is going to look. So I'm just going to take this part and put it to the side. Now I'm going to start with this part. What we're going to do is clip to make the shape of a V. I think doing it this way is pretty easier because you want the sides to look identical. Okay, so I'm just going to cut up like making a V. As you can see, try to make the lines very neat because this is going to show. Okay, so this is how it came out. Now what you're going to do is seal the ends. This is so the bow won't fray and it will last much longer. Okay, just sealing it. You don't want to burn it. Sometimes you don't even have to touch it. You could just go under. But I think it's better to just go across it really fast. Okay, so now do that with the other one. I actually used 4 of these. In the bow, I only used 2. You can pause and go back as you go. Whatever is easier for you. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and cut them. Once you start making bows for a while, you get the hang of it. I actually sell these bows on my Instagram, which is Sugar Eye Candy. So I like my bows to be perfect. Even if they were from my daughter, I like them to be perfect. This end didn't come out really good, so I'm just gonna fix it up. Like I said, you want it to be perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna sew these ends. I can actually do these bows really quick. Yesterday I made about 10 bows in less than an hour. I had a really big order. Okay, so the heat only has to touch the bow a little bit, not too much. Okay, let me wipe away the excess. Okay, so now with this one, this is really easy to do. All you have to do is cross it. Okay, I like mine to show a little more on the top, so on the bottom, so I cross the top close to each other. So this is what you're gonna do to it. You can create your own pattern however you like it. Okay, so that's how it will look. Now you're just gonna put some glue and you're gonna cross it. Every time you put one, you're gonna put glue. Okay. Okay. As you can see, that was pretty quick, and this is how it turned out. The ends are pretty neat. You want them to be neat because this is what's going to show on the bow, as you can see. Okay, so now let's start putting the bow together. It's your option to add boa, which now I'm going to do because I love the over-the-top bows. So what I'm going to do, this is the bow I'm going to use. I'm just going to cut small pieces. I'm going to pick from the end because it's more poofy there. And I'm just going to cut a small piece. The piece I'm going to cut is about 2 inches. It's pretty good. You don't want to poke out too much. So that's one piece. I'm just going to use this one as another piece. And I'm going to get a piece of white. And this is my white piece. Okay, so that's 3 pieces. You can add some feathers. It's up to you. Get creative. I'm pretty sure your kids will love it. Now what you want to do is just take a line. What I like to do is measure it first to see how it's going to look. Okay, so this is about good. So you put a line of glue. and you just place it on the glue. Okay, so I'm going to put white in the middle. Then I'm going to put the red. Then on the side, green. Let me zoom in for you guys. Okay, so this is how it looks. I'm just going to clip the extra feather off from here. Again, you want it to look nice and neat. Okay, so this is how it looks. This piece is really bothering me. Okay. Okay, so that's how it looks. Now, what you're going to do, this piece goes before. Okay, so you're going to add this piece there. You're going to use your glue gun. Press that down really good. Okay, that's how that looks. And the last piece, you're going to press this down. There's a little extra glue there, so I'm just going to take that off. If you're not putting a bottle cap image or basically a middle, you would have to take these two bowls and wrap it with a ribbon that you want for the middle.